Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the most staple characters in existence. I know that sounds a little weird, but he has been part of our culture for a long time, appearing in video games, comics, and now even movies. With his critical acclaimed hit, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, at least the first one. We all know what went down with the design and everything, but everyone band together to make sure that we got the perfect Sonic movie that we wanted, or at least the perfect Sonic design. And now that led to a sequel, and today I can't believe we're talking about it. One of my most, or probably the most important and anticipated movie of my life. Today we are officially talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Spoiler wise, also. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 finally came to theaters, and man, I cannot wait to talk about this. I know, I'm a little late on talking about the movie. Well, I wouldn't say a little late. I just waited 2 weeks because I wanted people to, watch the movie first because I wanted to talk about spoilers in this video specifically, this movie review. It will be a whole movie review about the movie, and at the end, I'll be talking about big major spoilers that happened. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is the sequel that everyone has been waiting for. Specifically, I mean the ones that enjoyed the first movie and the video game fans. The plot of the movie is basically a follow-up of the first movie. Sonic just enjoying his life. Turns out Eggman comes back from Mushroom Hill, and Tails is in the movie, and they go on an adventure. Obviously, Knuckles is also part of the adventure now, and he's helping Dr. Eggman trying to find Sonic and, trying to defeat him. If that sounds very familiar, it's because that's literally the plot from the games. This movie is such a love letter to the fans, it's not even funny. The movie is fantastic. Alright, this is now just me talking about the movie. The movie is fantastic. It has a lot of references to the games, a lot of lore from the games too, and Spike in its own little thing, and it works very well. There was a few moments where I was a little, I guess, underwhelmed about a certain scene. I was like, okay, it's a kids movie, so you're gonna have to do your own kids movie thing. But anyway, I was kind of hoping that you would take this movie a little bit seriously. The movie is serious, trust me. It gets very, very serious. But everything else, like the kid stuff, just let it happen. It's fine. It's not gonna kill you. Either way, this is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie fans have been waiting for. There are genuinely too much references or too many Easter eggs in this movie to count. We're talking about Sonic Adventure, Sonic 2, like the second video game the movie is based on. And actually just multiple, even Sonic 3. It's so jam-packed, it's too hard to get mad at this movie. It's just too hard to get mad. If you're a Sonic fan, I'm sorry if I'm rambling on, but if you're a Sonic fan, trust me, you will love this movie. You will have a great time in the theater. There are so many cheer clapping moments in this film. I was quite surprised too by that, because in the first movie, it was just basically like an origin story for Sonic the Hedgehog. Just, trying to get to know the character in the movie aspect. And then, now we're in the second movie and you're like, all right, we got to know Sonic, now give us Sonic. And honestly, they did. They straight up did. You would think that all these cartoony elements from the video games would not work in a film for Sonic the Hedgehog, but you actually have to be dead wrong to think about that. It works very well. They actually did it perfectly, in my opinion. Being a hardcore Sonic fan, I think they did it absolutely right. They did the characters justice. Knuckles, Eggman, Tails, Sonic, all of them, downright to their core, they had a. It was just perfect, like in the games. Eggman, well, actually, no. I would say that I would probably have a problem with one character, but I don't even think so. I think every character had just the right amount of justice that they have from the games to this film. I'm just blown away. I was enjoying this film throughout, no matter what. I laughed through most of the parts. I actually screamed at my friend once, just saying, "This is awesome!" And then there was this one scene where I just went completely ballistic. This is the reason why I wanted to wait a little bit for this video so I can talk about the spoilers, because I want to talk about the part that I went ballistic in. And trust me, it's just absolutely crazy. Now, honestly, yeah, the film is just completely great. It's just a very enjoyable film to watch. Even if you're not a Sonic fan, I know for a fact that you're going to like this film. And if you're a Sonic fan, you are definitely going to like this film. Like, there's no one in the world that's gonna tell you why this movie is gonna be bad, because you know Sonic, you know the characters, so it's gonna be hard for them to battle you out, because this movie gives you everything of Sonic. Now, that being said, I would like to talk about the plot, and the only way to do that is by talking about spoilers. So that is it for my spoiler-free review of the movie. Now, we are going to the spoiler section of the film. If you have not watched the film, I am telling you right now, trust me, you would want to see this first and then come back later to this exact point. Because there are really, really big spoilers. And if you're a big Sonic fan, you would probably want to experience these parts in the theater by yourself and not be spoiled by someone. This is the last warning. I have stalled this for long enough. Now, we're talking about the spoilers for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now we can officially talk about the plot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's basically like the video game, but in a movie format, with a little Hollywood-esque to it. It's Sonic just hanging around, and Eggman literally comes back and, kind of ruins the fun for him. Obviously, in the games, Knuckles is with Eggman in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This movie is literally just a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, all in one. But in this movie, it's not about the Master. It is actually about the Master Emerald. The Master Emerald has like a big role in this film. And so the thing is that there has been a war between Knuckles and the Owls, like Longclaw in the first movie, and the Chaos Emeralds were a big part of it. The Chaos Emeralds together form the Master Emerald, at least at first, because at the end of the movie, Sonic, well, not Sonic, I'll say that later. At the end of the movie, they all kind of dissipate, and the Master Emerald becomes its own thing. But during that whole war, I guess the Echidnas used the emeralds to their extent, and they were ruining everything. And the Owls were like, "No, you can't do this. So we're gonna take back the emeralds." And then Knuckles is just basically looking for Sonic because he thinks he's the key to looking for the Master Emerald. And once he gets the Master Emerald, he That's basically his destiny, to guard the Master Emerald. And that's basically how it is in the games. Obviously, it's a little different. But then Tails also finds Sonic, and they all go into a little adventure because they're all looking for the Master Emerald, which also hides the Chaos Emeralds in the Master Emerald, which is a really, really, really weird thing because at first it didn't sit well with me in the theaters, but honestly, it did not bother me at all. At like towards the end, I was like, you know what? Sure, you fixed everything by the end of it, so I honestly, that's fine. You can do whatever you want now. Now, let's talk about Tails. Tails is a little different from the games and from this movie too. In the games, he just appeared like, "Hey, here's Sonic the Hedgehog too," and you can play as this new character named Tails. So honestly, and then later on in the series, they kind of hinted at Tails being just like a best friend for Sonic. He was like, "Oh, Sonic found me, so I'm his best friend now, and I help him through his adventures." That's kind of how the gist of it is. But in this movie, it's a little different. I guess we can just take out the theories right away about Tails that people made up. Tails is not looking for Sonic about his owl mother, Longclaw. It's just basically Tails has been literally following him. He's been scanning him all this time, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I just like what you do. You're really cool. You're like basically my hero. I want to be with you. You want to go on an adventure?" Well, he doesn't say he wants to go on an adventure with him. Sonic basically invites him to an adventure, and he's like, "Really? Me?" And then Sonic's like, "Yeah, hey, we can do this thing." And then he's like, "Okay." And yeah, that's basically it. Tails really isn't like, I wouldn't say important because he's very important, but to the extent that people were thinking that he was looking for Sonic about Longclaw, that's not really what they were doing here. Tails was just basically mesmerized by Sonic. He was looking at him through his planet. He was his, people made fun of him for having two tails, which is a really weird thing to even make fun of. And apparently Sonic inspired him to get out of his village and look for Sonic and help him about Eggman and Knuckles, because he was basically warning Sonic that these two are coming back to, hurt you or kill you. So that's basically it about Tails. Now I really want to dive into Sonic versus Knuckles.
Stand still and die! For a guy named Knuckles, you are really bad at punching.
As a Sonic fan, I am going to be completely honest with you. This was the best mashup I could have ever seen between Sonic characters on the big screen. I am telling you right now, as a hardcore Sonic fan, if you're a hardcore Sonic fan, you know that Sonic and Knuckles kind of go at it. No matter in what game they're in, they always have a disagreement. And man, does this movie deliver on that action. I've never seen such good justice to characters than any other movie besides the Batman. And in a I guess a video game movie, I can say they captured their stubbornness so perfectly well. Knuckles, obviously, it's always hot-headed. He's not very smart, so he'll use his bronze. No, not bronze. He'll use his punches. Bronze. And just completely body Sonic. While Sonic's a lot more quicker and he thinks faster, so he knows exactly how to handle Knuckles. And there is just a fantastic fight scene between both of them in the labyrinth zone, and right before they're going at it because of the Chaos Master Emerald. They're literally right there at the Master Emerald, and they they just go at it. It was fantastic. You would expect that these two CGI characters won't get like a big thing when they fight, but they really do. And then there's this one scene. I guess it was just the music playing, but there was this one scene where I literally just screamed. I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" And honestly, I wanted to talk about both of them going at it. It was perfect. Both of them going against each other. Knuckles versus Sonic, like in Sonic 3, it was fantastic. It was literally the game coming to life, but more epic. That was the weirdest thing ever. And wow, I just can't believe it. It was just great. Everything was great about them fighting. It was fantastic. They both have great chemistry. At the end, basically, when they got along.
Yeah! I make this look good. Oh, great. The Winter Soldier. For a guy named Knuckles, you are really bad at punching.
You're no match for me. I've been training for this my entire life.
And I have no training at all, yet here I am ahead of you. That's gotta be embarrassing.
After Sonic and Knuckles fight, Eggman is also with them too. Eggman gets the Master Emerald. Yeah, it's a big plot thing. Eggman really gets the Master Emerald for, like, officially. That doesn't basically happen. Actually, that does happen in the games, but it's not like to an extent like this to the movie. And normally, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails would stop them, or stop him, but they didn't. And so Eggman builds the Death Egg robot from the game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at the end, which was a delight to see on the big screen. Like I said, this movie has so many fan service. It beats Spider-Man and Batman in those terms. And so obviously there's only one way for them to beat the Death Egg robot, and that's working together. Towards the end of the movie, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, obviously it was going to happen, but it's kind of a big thing. They worked together to fight Eggman, and it was a glorious scene to behold. I absolutely love that scene. Oh my god. This is the part where I screamed at my friend's face saying, "This is so sick," because I always wanted to see the three of them just work together in a movie before. And I finally got it. As a Sonic fan, this is probably the most peak thing that you could see in the film before the official end, because the official end is when I went ballistic. And yes, so they all work together to fight Eggman's drones, and in a way, actually not in a way, they actually win. They beat Eggman. Knuckles punches the Master Emerald out of Eggman. Yes, it gets absorbed in him. It's a little cartoony, but this is basically a movie based on a video game, so could you really get mad at that? But yeah, Knuckles punches the Emerald out of him, out of Eggman, and officially the Emerald's out, and the Death Egg robot is out of power. While obviously Eggman needs to power it so he can stop Sonic, because Sonic looks at the Emerald and he's going towards the Emerald. This is the big brainer, guys. This is the big spoiler, the big thing. Sonic's going towards the Emerald, while Eggman actually reboots the Death Egg with its own, machinery, and he's aiming towards Sonic. He's about to stomp Sonic. And now, this is the part I went ballistic. As you can see from the photo, Super Sonic appears in the film. I went batshit crazy at this part. Eggman's about to basically stomp Sonic. Sonic literally absorbs the Master Emerald. Then he turns Super Sonic, and it was so crazy. I don't think I was the only one screaming, but I know I was like the big one. I was going crazy. I wouldn't stop jumping. I wouldn't stop screaming. Literally the entire segment he was supersonic, I couldn't stop moving. I couldn't stop screaming until he stopped. Then I was like, okay, let me sit back down. I This part was just mind blowing. I was not expecting Supersonic to be in this film. Granted, he is hypersonic. I think it's hypersonic that appears in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, or it was Supersonic. Either way, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Hyper or Sonic appeared in one of those. But I was not expecting Supersonic, and that caught me really off guard. This was the crowd pleasing moment. See, I can't speak because I'm remembering it in my head, but this was amazing. This is how you get an audience to go crazy, especially for a video game movie, a Sonic the Hedgehog video game movie. How does Dragon Ball Evolution not get Super Saiyan right, but a Sonic movie gets Super Sonic right? Sonic the Hedgehog is literally just here blowing records, blowing everyone away in a good way. And man, this scene was amazing. And obviously, at the end of that, that was the end of the movie. And well, all of them obviously are together. He defeats Eggman, and now Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic are now a team. Basically, Team Sonic Hero, or Team Sonic, like from Sonic Heroes. And there you go. That's the end of the movie. And obviously, we have one more thing to talk about, which is the post-credit scene. And then I'm just gonna go throughout talking about the film, like how great it is and stuff like that. Now, as the post-credit scene for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, obviously in the first movie, it was Tails. Now it's a fan favorite that everyone has been asking for. Shadow the Hedgehog. During the end, they were talking about a few databases about Eggman's robots, or about, something, the military, which is Gun, by the way, which gets featured, which was also a thing for Shadow, so I knew Shadow was going to be in the film. Sorry if I gloss over that, because that's basically how it happens. They just appear. But Knuckles, not Knuckles, Shadow, it basically comes up from a teleportation or a device, and he just opens his eyes. So Shadow the Hedgehog will be the villain of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and I cannot wait, because obviously I think they're going to be going towards, since they finished the classic games, I think they're going to be going towards the Sonic Adventure games, which was, it's fine. I like it. I'm just glad that Shadow the Hedgehog is now in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Thank God. And yes, so that was the ending of the movie, and that was the post-credit scene. I absolutely went ballistic for Supersonic. And when Team Sonic went and did their thing to defeat the egg robot, and I also kind of went ballistic for Shadow. Literally the best parts of the film, like one of the best. And that's really it. Now it's time to talk about the film. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a love letter from Paramount, the director, all the staffs that worked on the film, to the fans. Honestly, every single thing had a great moment from the Sonic series to the big screen. Obviously, all the references and stuff like that. They knew the excitement, not the excitement. It was very exciting to watch the movie, but they knew the assignment, and they executed it really, really well. Honestly, this is probably one of the best movies I have ever seen in my life. Probably the best movie I ever seen in my life. This movie is very important to me. I couldn't even eat while watching, before watching the movie. I literally had to watch the movie to eat. But yes, this movie is very, very important. Not only to me, but to the video game movie landscape, if that makes sense. This film does everything right in a video game movie. even though it's as cartoony as it gets, like Sonic the Hedgehog, this gets everything completely right. This is the reason why everyone loves this film, because it's literally just Sonic. It's a Sonic adventure. That's what everyone wanted, a Sonic movie, not just, hey, here's Uncharted, here's what is it, Tomb Raider, here's Angry Birds, and we're just gonna put some random script in, and some big names in Hollywood, and there you go, plaster it, and there you got your video game movie. No, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog film, and they do it right. It's literally justice to the video games, and I think this showing to the world how great this movie is doing is going to change all video game movies, and it's going to be a new era of video game movies. It is going to be a great era of video game movies thanks to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We now have Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 being a massive hit in the box office and to everyone in theaters. And that's the first time ever a video game movie has ever done that. That should literally tell you something. This film is fantastic. There was a lot of passion and love to it, especially since they were making the movie for us, the fans, and the audience, and they understood what they needed to do, and they did it correctly. That is it. There's obviously a few gripes with the film that bothered me. Well, not actually bothered me. It's just and I gave it a few thoughts, and I was like, you know what? This is what they needed to do. And just thinking about it, it works well. This film does everything right. Just at the end of the day, you gotta remember this is a kid's film and a Sonic film, and they did get the Sonic film right. The kids part, obviously for an adult, you're not gonna like it, but whatever. But honestly, this was a great film to watch. And thank you for staying, guys. I know I waited 2 weeks for this, but I needed everyone to watch the movie so I can talk about spoilers and the film itself, and I managed to do it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a great film, my favorite film of all time, and I really recommend you guys to watch it. I'll see you guys in the next movie review.
Oh, great, the Winter Soldier. Fear not, citizen.
You are terrible at this!
Your negative attitude is not helping.
We stick together, no matter what.
You're unskilled. Untrained. Unworthy!
You forgot one. Unstoppable.
Stand still and die!
For a guy named Knuckles, you are really bad at punching.